black people, they're going to grant it. And that's just the start. You know, they're getting their way in California. And if they do that, they're just going to make it worse for every other state. Because these Black Lives Matter groups are going to think, well, we did it in California, let's go to these other states and tear them down. Guys, this stuff's got to stop. We don't owe the Black Lives Matter nothing. We don't owe people of color anything. We didn't have slaves. We didn't own them, nor were they ever slaves. They weren't slaves. That happened a long time ago. It had nothing to do with the population today. And this stuff needs to stop. It just needs to stop. All they're doing is wanting free handouts is basically what they want. They want money so they don't have to go out and earn it. Well, hell, they're out there tearing down and stealing stuff now. I think they've had enough reparations if they've due any, which they wasn't. Hell, they rob, steal, and do whatever they can, thinking that it's okay because they deserve reparations. That's wrong. And we sit back and allow it to happen. And these people in the Democratic Congress, the Democrat side, they egg it on. They think it's funny because they think that they're going to get all these votes from these Black Lives Matter and Antifa. They ain't. Half of those people, probably 3/4 of those groups, they don't even vote. They're doing it to get rich off of the donations they make and free handouts. BLM has 2 big, huge, brand new buses that they ride around in, travel from state to state in. Bull crap. Time to stop this foolishness. Get a job, go to work. I know you guys are tired of hearing about BLM, and I am too. I wish they'd go lay down somewhere. But until they do, I want to report on it. And this California state, they need to succeed from the United States. They need to let them just go be their own country, put a border up around them, keep them out of the United States because they're batshit crazy. And you poor people of California that feel like you're being cheated, leave that state. Get the hell out of there. They can't come after you for taxes. It's illegal. You don't live there anymore. If you don't live there anymore, they can't tax you. They want to tax you for the last 10 years you've lived there. Bull crap.
California will develop a detailed plan for granting reparations to Black Americans under a new law Governor Gavin Newsom signed Wednesday. The law creates a 9-member task force to come up with proposals for how the state could provide reparations to Black Americans, what form those reparations might take, and who would be eligible to receive them. The reparations would not be limited to slavery, but the law requires the task force to give special consideration for Black people who are descendants of slaves. The task force's recommendations would not be binding. The task force must give a report to the state legislature 1 year after its first meeting. This is not just about California, this is about making an impact, and a dent, across the rest of the country, Newsom said moments after signing the bill during a ceremony broadcast on his YouTube.
And that's exactly what they want to do. They want it to spread across the entire country to every state. And who do you think is going to pay those reparations? Your tax dollars are. You're going to be paying it. Even though you've never owned a slave, you know, some of these people might be ancestors. Their ancestors may have been slaves, but that has nothing to do with them today. They live in a free America. There is no slaves in America. Only child sex slaves and women trafficking sex slaves. But there's no black slaves in America. Not today. That hasn't been around for a long, long time. And they're just trying to get handouts. That's all it is. It's like a welfare program for Black lives. And it's wrong. It needs to just end right there.
YouTube channel. California never had a government-sanctioned system of slavery. It entered the Union in 1850 as a free state. But the state did let slave-owning whites bring their slaves to California. The legislature even passed a law making it legal to arrest runaway slaves and return them to their owners. Reparations for slavery have been debated for decades in the United States. A similar proposal to study reparations for Black Americans was first introduced in Congress in 1989. It has never passed, but Congress held a hearing on the proposal last year. Reparations would not be unprecedented in the United States. The U.S. government partially funded German reparations to Holocaust victims following World War II. And in 1988, the federal government set up a reparations program for Japanese Americans who were held in concentration camps during World War II.
You know, this has to stop. It literally has to stop. When are they going to stop this Black Lives Matter terrorist group and Antifa? When are they going to stop this crap? When are they going to stop catering to them? You know, there in California, you're just taking them on. And California wants to go across the United States with this reparations. I wouldn't give one damn dollar to them because I don't know them shit. And you don't either. I mean, there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with people wanting to get their voice across by peaceful protest, but these Black Lives Matter, they just want more and more and more and more. They're not going to stop until they get everything they want. They want your home. They want your money. They want everything that you own because you are white and you are privileged. Because you're white, you're privileged, you're rich, you owe them everything. It's wrong. And you need to stand up for it. You need to stand up, speak out against this group, or they're never going to quit. What you need to do is go to the U.S. Term Limits homepage, the webpage. Sign that petition for term limits because this Black Lives Matter ain't going to quit as long as you got Democrats in office supporting them. As long as they're in there supporting this Black Lives Matter, they're going to take your tax dollars and hand right over to them. They're paying them to destroy your state, your cities, your communities. They're paying this group to destroy your businesses, burn them down, steal from them, loot, whatever it is they got to do. They want to pay them for it by reparations. No, Black Lives Matter. You owe reparations back to these communities for what you've done. You've destroyed businesses, employment places. You've destroyed people's lives. You owe reparations to them. We don't owe you nothing. Go lay down, suck on your pacifier somewhere, and get the hell out of America. You don't like America? Leave. Go to Canada. They'll take you. All you are is thieves, terrorists. You and Antifa need to go. We're sick of it. It's time for you to take your exit. If you guys are tired of the way things are going with this government and you want to make a change, but you don't know how, you can go to your U.S. term limits page. Go there to the web page. U.S. term limit. Sign a petition to get term limits in Congress. And you'll see a big change. Because you can vote in the people that you think will make that change that you want. It's not going to be through violence. The left wants you Republicans and conservative side to go out and commit violence. That's what they want you to do. They want you to go out and do violent acts, protest, whatever. They want you to do that, but don't, because you're only feeding to their narrative. And if you want change, it starts with term limits in Congress. I've beat this down. I've been saying this for the last few days, couple of days, but it's the truth. That's the only way we're going to get real change. If you don't want real change, well, then don't do nothing. Just keep doing what you're doing because it's working. But if you want change, you got to do something, and it starts with term limits. That's how you get your change. Democrats won't vote on it in the U.S. Capitol because they say we already have term limits by the voter. No, we don't, because they keep getting voted in year after year after year, and it's not right. They need to run 2 terms or 3 terms, 2 years each, 6 years. That's it, total. Get them out of there. Senate gets 2 terms of 6 years. That's it. Get them out. Get new faces, new ideas. Then with that comes change. Ain't gonna get it no other way. And sorry to say, but if you don't do something, you want the same old, it's only gonna get worse. It's only gonna get worse, folks. You're gonna be in a dictator. If a Democrat gets in there, you're gonna be in a dictator state. You better hope and pray that by you not doing anything, that nothing changes or whatever. You know what I'm talking about. If you don't do nothing, there ain't going to be no change. We need change. We need new ideas. We need new people in office, new faces. That's how we get the change. It's up to you, the voter. It's up to you as a citizen of the United States. We need 34 states to do that. Go right to your legislators of your state, right to your legislators of your town, your community, whatever you have to do, call, email, write a letter. Join this, go to the site, volunteer to set up positions in your state, your town, your community, whatever. Hand them out, collect them, whatever you can do. Volunteer to get this out. They need your help. They can't do it with only a few states. We need every state on board. And I'm sure all these Republican states are willing to do it, but I don't know why they're not. It's up to you, people. It's your voice. It's your country. It's we the people, not we the government.